Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing really fine. Today is time to practice hair and clothes. I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. Okay, so actually I recorded this already, but I'm so clever that I deleted everything. And I didn't knew that deleting everything also deleted the part I already put in the video. So all my hours of work are now gone, but it's fine. In the beginning this was only gonna be a hair practice, but I didn't want to do the exact same voiceover again because just no. So I decided to just combine this practice with the one that I had planned for another video and make a hair and clothes and hair practice instead. So this video isn't a tutorial, but there are some things I learned in the process and I wanted to talk about that, so maybe it can be useful for someone. So I'm gonna be using different things to practice. A big part of these drawings are made with a reference, so every time a new type of practice is going on, I'm gonna explain how I made the practice and what I used in the practice. So in this first step, I did two types of drawing. First, I copied the hair of an illustration from Pixiv, and that is the drawing that has no face. And then, without any reference, I tried to replicate what I just learned in a drawing with used imagination. And in those ones, I put a face. So in here, the ones that doesn't have a face aren't mine, are just copies, but the ones that have a face are original. Okay, so the first thing I learned with this practice is that one of the things that were lacking in my hair drawings are the details. So after copying some illustrations, I noticed that the hair that they do have a lot of detail on them. As you can see, the hair is separated in a lot of different ways, and almost every part of the hair is unique, just because of the details it has on it. Maybe this isn't the best thing to learn when you are first understanding how hair works, but I already knew how to draw it, so it was perfect for me. The second thing I learned is how the hair is represented in this style. So hair normally has a volume on it, right? Like a cylindric form or something like that. But I noticed that in this type of style, hair doesn't really have volume. It's like a ribbon or a piece of fabric that is covering the head, which is cylindrical and gives the form to the hair. That doesn't mean hair has to be plain in the illustration, because just like a ribbon you can give it a lot of movement and dimensions, which gives me to the other point, which is all of the three-dimensionality that the artists put in the anime hairstyle. This may sound contradictory with what I just said, but what I mean is that, as you can see in all of these drawings, the hair is never just a direct line. Most of the time the hair curls in that S form, and in the end you can see how it is drawn in a form that make it looks like it is in a three-dimensional space, and not just that. A lot of times the hair is like flowing into hair, and that gives it even more volume, which is also pretty great and makes the illustration even more interesting. In the second part of the hair practice, I decided to, instead of copying literally how the image was, just use the reference as an inspiration and give the drawing more of my own touch. So one of the things I think my hair drawing is lacking of is variety. As you can see on the drawings that I made use myself without a reference, the hairstyles were really similar, and the basic shapes I used to them were practically the same, even with different details like I learned before. So this time I tried to make a more diverse type of hair, and I think it turned out really good. Another thing that is lacking on my drawings is the movement of the hair and the three-dimensionality that I explained before. That's definitively something I'm still working on, and I really hope to get better at it in next practice. So finally I decided to make a redraw of an old drawing. This one had curly hair, which I didn't practice a lot today, but I knew it before, so it wasn't really a challenge to do. And now it's time for the cloth practice, which I made it really fast because I don't want this video to be too long. I don't really have anything particular to say in this practice. I just took some Pinterest clothes reference and tried to imitate it. I think I put too much detail on the clothing, and then when I compared it with illustrations, I noticed that most of the details in the clothes are actually made with painting, which is something I'm really excited to practice, and I think I'm gonna do it soon. Even with the critic I gave myself before, I'm really happy with these drawings. It makes me excited to see how much can I improve in just 5 hours, and I'm really excited to see how much more can I improve. When I deleted by accident the audio, I was really sad, but now that I'm doing this again, I'm so happy. I think that combining the two practices was a great idea because I have more things to talk about and I can draw even more. So the last video I was really down. I'm really sorry for that. Making that video I discovered that being generous is not used, trying to have a positive energy is not used for other people, it's also for yourself. And if you're feeling sad, it's much better to give you a break and talk alone with yourself, listening in silence and not trying to make content with it. So yeah, if you are one of the few persons that saw that video, let me tell you that I'm really sorry. And from now on, I will try to have a positive energy to make the world at least a little more happier. So yeah, that's everything I really wanted to say in this video. This is the first time I have so much energy while doing a voiceover, and that makes me even more happier. So yeah, that's all. I hope you're having a great day. In next videos I have planned to choose a topic to talk about, because for example in line art, that is the next one I'm planning to do, I don't really have anything to say about that. So that's why I think it's much better to instead choose a theme to say and to talk about. so you can have at least a little more fun while watching all my drawings. So yeah, this is the video. These are all the final results on these 5 hours of practice. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.